What we're proposing on doing is turning this site here into a 5-story complex.
Soon there will be an office and a gas station on this derelict urban site developed by a local, rural First Nation. The community will offer low prices to attract customers, making use of tax exemptions agreed long ago by Canada's colonial government in treaties it signed with Indigenous leaders of the day.
Some people might think they're historic, but they're living and breathing. We continue to use them, to reference them, because those are inherent treaty rights. They continue to live on through us, our children.
More than 80,000 Aboriginal people live in Winnipeg, the most of any Canadian city. They face unemployment, addiction, and racism. Life away from traditional First Nations territory can be tough. A new generation is emerging, though, one that's combining culture and radical politics to demand a new deal for the urban Indigenous.
I grew up as a traditional person in an urban area as well, and the thing that I always find is people always want to detach the idea of rural to urban to Aboriginals, when I feel that a lot of those issues and a lot of those things that affect us all are all the same, because we're all Aboriginal people. It doesn't matter where we live.
Just outside the city, where the very first treaty between Canada and Indigenous people was signed, tourists see a recreation of life in 1871, when Canada was a British colony. This is an important place for local First Nations leaders who are telling the world that today's governments have long broken the promises made by the British Crown in those old agreements.
Canada has been very effective at misinforming the rest of the world as to what's actually happening here on our ancestral lands. The truth of the matter is we remain marginalized, we remain unable to access our own resources to create the prosperity and wealth that Canada pretends to be helping us develop here at home.
Urban Aboriginal people are the youngest and fastest growing segment of Canada's population. The country's current government says it's working with them and with traditional First Nations groups to provide badly needed jobs and economic opportunity. But so far, there's little sign of progress. Daniel Lack, Al Jazeera, Winnipeg.